Welcome back. As we conclude this CERRA Special Series, I wanted to take just a moment to talk about the continuum of programs and services that we offer at CERRA. So at the middle school level, it's pro-teen, and at the high school level, it's teacher cadet. At the college or university level, it's teaching fellows. And then in service or in practice teachers participate and are involved with CERRA through mentoring and induction, national board certification, and then through teacher leadership initiatives like the South Carolina Teacher Forum. So in this section, we're going to talk with Braden Wilson, the 2025 South Carolina Teacher of the Year, about her experience as a teacher leader and as chair of the South Carolina Teacher Forum. The Teacher Forum is made up of the District Teachers of the Year from across the state, and CERRA provides professional development around leadership, advocacy, and other important topics that particular year. Braden, I'm excited to be back with you one more time, this time to talk about your role as South Carolina Teacher of the Year and a little bit about the South Carolina Teacher Forum. So you've been in this role for a couple months now. What has been the most rewarding aspect of serving as South Carolina State Teacher of the Year?
Oh, wow. I don't really think that I could honestly pick one thing because this has just been the greatest experience ever. Some things that I've really enjoyed are talking with, teacher cadets and teaching fellows about their passion for education and encouraging them and uplifting them to stay the course in education. So that's been a really neat aspect to see that from the other side after having participated in it and been encouraged myself. But I also really enjoyed working with teachers who have been in the profession for years, sometimes decades. And I know that as teachers, sometimes we get caught up in the day-to-day and focus on all the tasks that we have to do. And sometimes it's easy to forget the impact that we make or the reason why we started all of this to begin with. So being able to go back and provide encouragement, support, and share some great stories about my experience, other teachers' experience, and kind of reinvigorate them, that's been the greatest thing that I've been able to witness so far.
What a wonderful opportunity to get to travel the state and meet with future teachers and current teachers and to really shine the light on those positive aspects and advance the profession as a whole. We often hear that, and you've mentioned this in some of our other sections, that you had people who tried to talk you out of becoming an educator. So having that bright light for our educators across the state and our future teachers, I think is so very important. And I'm glad that the South Carolina Teacher of the Year has this opportunity. So as we move through October and into November, the South Carolina Teacher Forum will convene in Myrtle Beach, and then we'll continue throughout the year. A lot of collaboration for those District Teachers of the Year. What is your theme, and what do you hope those teachers will take away from that experience?
So the Teacher Forum was so incredible to get to be a part of. I had no idea that I would be able to meet different teachers from all across the state and see what they're going through and how their students learn and respond. And that was an incredible experience for me. And so I started thinking about, when I got into this role, what my impact would be or what I could say to these teachers that would really foster that. And so my theme as I've gone through this year and at the Teacher Forum is a focus on the small things. It's a little bit like Neil Armstrong, one small step, one giant leap. It's really the small things that we're doing in the classroom, not only for children, but also for each other, that are making the biggest impact. And I think back to, as we spoke about me becoming a teacher cadet, a 30-second conversation between two teachers advocating for me really altered the course of my life and really put me on this path that has now been one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had. And so it's those little things that you can do, not only for students, but for each other, that are really going to make your time in the classroom enjoyable and more impactful. And so that's what I would like to highlight this year at the forum, and I'm really excited to share with other teachers.
I can't wait to be a part of that and to have that opportunity for you to share with those other teachers. I think that they're really going to grab on to that message and hopefully take it back into their districts as well, because we as individuals within the education profession can do so much to help advance the profession as a whole. And that positivity, those little things are so very important. Braden, as we conclude this CERRA Special Series, I'm going to ask you to reflect with me and think about how CERRA as an organization has helped to advance the education profession here in South Carolina, and the role that CERRA has had on your journey from teacher cadet all the way to becoming South Carolina State Teacher of the Year.
I mean, that's easy to do, honestly, because CERRA has played such a huge role in my journey as a teacher. I know for a fact I would not be a teacher if it were not for CERRA programs. I would not have gone into teacher cadet. I would not have gone into teaching fellows, which really encouraged me. But I certainly wouldn't be a state teacher of the year or anywhere close to that without support from CERRA programs like the mentoring program. I knew that when I was in high school, I didn't realize that all of the programs were connected. I thought it was teacher cadet and then teaching fellows. And when I became part of teaching fellows, I honestly thought it stopped there. But as I go through my career, it seems like everywhere I turn, whenever I need a little push or a little support, there's a CERRA program. So that's been a really neat experience. And I thought that once I went through mentoring, I kind of had it down as, I'm a teacher leader now, I can help other people. And when I went to our teacher forum as a district teacher of the year, I realized that the bar was so much higher, that there was so much more that I could do, being able to speak with people from other districts, see what their needs are, how they meet needs of their students, but also of their teachers, and help support their teachers through things like the forum process. And I was able to understand, how a forum looks, how it should run, how we can really utilize that to breed more teacher leaders throughout our district that can go out and do that for others. And so I know that we in my district have started revamping our forum as a result of that. And so it's really grown with me, I think. I always thought that, well, I'll hit this level and then I'll be good to go. I'll be the teacher and I'll be good. But it's always been, everywhere I turn, there's always been a next step for me to advance myself for other people and be a helper in that area.
Well, Braden, I so appreciate you taking some time to talk with us today. And to learn about your experience, not only as an educator, but your experience with CERRA's programs throughout the continuum. Starting again as that teacher cadet, becoming a teaching fellow, a mentor, and mentoring teachers across your district, and now across the state in that role as South Carolina State Teacher of the Year. Thank you for joining us for this CERRA Special Series with Braden Wilson, the 2025 South Carolina State Teacher of the Year. We hope you'll join us for our next CERRA Series, where we'll be focusing on one of our programs and taking a deep dive into some of the work that happens within Pro Team, Teacher Cadet, Teaching Fellows, Mentoring and Induction, or Teacher Leadership. So the purpose of the CERRA Special Series is to help showcase how CERRA advances the education profession through the programs that we offer, and eventually through some of the services that we offer. We're going to talk to you more about that in a future series.